There was a very interesting observation I saw online that marriages between uneducated people often last longer than those between educated people. And it speaks to the difference in values, expectations, and even the mindset that education can bring. You know, longevity does not always mean harmony, but it does reveal that the dynamic within the marriages that they are influenced by the cultural, social, and even intellectual frameworks of the individuals involved. You know, uneducated couples often have simple expectations of marriage. eh? They may view it as a partnership for survival, as family continuity, for family continuity, and even shared labor. Now, because of this, they are less likely to leave when difficulties arise. Enduring hardship together becomes a natural part of the marriage contract. You know, educated couples, on the other hand, they tend to value personal growth. They tend to value self-expression and emotional fulfillment. You know, when a marriage fails to meet those needs, they are more likely to question, they are more likely to challenge, or even leave the relationship. And on top of that, education provides more exposure to alternative ways. It provides more exposure to alternative ways of living and more access to resources that even make living a marriage possible. Things like legal literacy, financial independence, broader social networks. This means educated people are less willing to stay in relationships that feel misaligned or even oppressive. You know, Psychologically, marriages between uneducated individuals often have stronger communal and traditional reinforcement. That is, family and society play a larger role in keeping them together. You know, there is a larger tolerance, there is a higher tolerance for discomfort, and divorce may be heavily stigmatized. So the couples find ways to adapt rather than separate. Educated individuals, however, they may have a strong individualistic mindset and a lower tolerance for dissatisfaction. Hence, prioritizing mental health, emotional well-being, and even personal freedom, which can lead to more frequent breakups. You know, Spiritually, long-lasting marriages among uneducated people can be seen as contracts being fulfilled through endurance. That is learning lessons of patience, sacrifice, and even survival. While educated individuals may be on a different spiritual path, where the lesson is about self discovery, it's about boundaries and even alignment. You know, a shorter marriage may still be spiritually successful if it leads to higher awareness, if it leads to growth and authenticity. You know, Longevity alone does not determine spiritual success. It is alignment and evolution that do. You know, Marriages between uneducated people often last longer because of simpler expectations, societal reinforcements, and even a higher tolerance for difficulty. You know, their focus is on survival and duty, while educated couples often prioritize personal growth and emotional fulfillment. Both paths serve different lessons, one emphasizing on endurance and shared struggle, while the other is emphasizing on alignment and self-actualization. You know, Longevity is not the only marker of a successful marriage. Growth, peace, and authenticity. Growth, peace, and authenticity also matter. Those are also, they can also be part of a successful marriage, whether it is short. My people, heal. Huh? Heal.